Alright, well, gotta take this little rod thingamajigger and pop this sucker in here. As you can see, there's no more air bubbles in this line, which means this master cylinder is bled. Bench bled. Alright, Hugo? Oh, here comes trouble. Say hi. Say my dad smacked the living piss out of me for talking smack to mom.
Daddy,
Does your face still hurt? Oh, that he was talking. Told mom, put it away, mom. Now, mom. And I was like, ooh. Don't be scared to smack your kids, right? Right, Connor? Did you learn your lesson? Yeah, that's smirk. Little shits. Long story short, Hugo sucks at being a mechanic, basically. Right, Hugo?
All the time.
We went to go bleed the brakes last week, and we could not get the rears to get pressure. The front's got all the pressure in the world. So we realized that, all right, last thing we can do is take the master cylinder off, bleed it. But now that it's off, Hugo wants to go ahead and make a line for the
We're not making the line. There's couldn't find the fittings and the store surface.
All right, so we're not putting the fitting on. But that means we're going to lose pressure again once we take the line off, right?
No. So we're not going to let it run it. Put those little clips again that they gave us, and we'll just feed it back.
Okay, so we're good.
Prepping.
Hugo's just being lazy, doesn't want to make lines. Just say it. It's all right. He said, you know what? I feel bad. James hasn't driven his baby in weeks, so I'm just going to get this thing back together, pump the brakes, get it going, and get this thing running again. But the suspension looks dialed. What's cool about it is we set it up so it has that rake look. So we actually raised the back like, 2 inches? And dropped the front like an inch. So it has that look, which is super cool. And with that being said, this back here should not rub anymore because we can literally fit like 3 fingers in there. So when I'm taking the kids to school, putting their bikes in there for a bike day, I'm not weighing this thing down and scratching the piss out of the tire. As you can see, it scrapes the top of the tire, but now it shouldn't. So we're gonna bleed these one more time, see if we can get pressure to the rear and take this thing for a test ride. And got the alternator on there. It looks so good, dude. So much freaking nicer. And this hood liner, we just got to make a ground from there to the battery for the light to go off, right?
Yes.
Okay. And then that's all the wiring for the gauge or the switch inside when Hugo decides to, stop playing around. Talking shit, but he knows I love him.
Yes.
And I wouldn't be anywhere without him. Damn, it's like a love story, bro.
Yeah.
Right, Connor? You love Hugo? And Hugo put the transmission temp gauge right there. So when you flip the key on, you can see it turns red. And this is where the switch is going to be. Intermittent switch right here. So basically when I want to go do a burnout, I can push it down, it releases pressure on the rear brakes, and do my little burnout. Then I can push it back and be good to go. And this is obviously the cutout for the exhaust. And this is maybe for the future nitrous kit. I don't know. Either way, I'm about to get a calf workout in. Once Hugo stops playing around. What are you looking for?
Little wrench or an 1.25 inch. That's a small one.
Uh-oh. Well, we'll get these brakes bled and hopefully the rear gets pressure this time. Luckily, your boy's got calves because this is what I call a calf workout. And Hugo's down there playing around. Hugo, say hi.
Hi.
I actually forgot that the air conditioning works in this thing.
Every coat is good, or?
Huh?
You don't have the coats.
Coats?
Yeah.
For what?
On the engine.
No.
Does it tell you like these?
AC on, fan on, park neutral, trouble codes, no codes present. We're good. All right, well, we got to raise her back up and raise the front up a little bit. It is rubbing in the front, and obviously the paint off those black rotors are starting to peel, and that's what we're smelling. And she's obviously rubbing in the front. So we're gonna raise the front up a little bit, try to get it right, and try again. So we're raising the coilover up 3/4 or an inch?
3/4.
So you can see this side right here is measuring 2, and then this side is measuring like 1 1/4. So bring this side up 3/4, and we'll try again. So that smell that we're smelling is definitely coming from the black paint coming off the rotors. As you can see, they're not black anymore. And Hugo scratched the wheels over here.
Sure.
The best part of like not having expensive wheels on a car is it doesn't hurt. Know what I mean, JJ? Like if I spent like $4 grand on these wheels and I curbed them, I'd be pissed. But I didn't spend more than I think. What did we spend? $1,100 on these with the tires, or $800, $900? It was something stupid. Jegs. These are Jegs wheels, so smoking deal. Like it's cheaper just to buy new wheels and tires than having new tires brought to a shop and having them put on. So, yeah. He's gonna tighten the collar, and we replace this brake line coming in here. And I'm an idiot and put way too much grease in. Where's it at?
No. Little bag.
Yeah, I blew the bag out of the bottom here on the spindle. So, oops.
Mental.
Yeah, you sleep pendejo. And this right here is where the engine or the transmission cooler is gonna sit once Hugo decides to finally get to work and do something around here.
Yeah.
But test and tune, baby. Get in, test it, and make sure she's good to go. She's pulling to the right pretty bad, but we'll get that obviously fixed here. You can see the rear is pretty much all the way as high as she can go.
I don't think you need the line.
I don't think I need a line lock at all, dude.
You don't need it anymore.
Is that a good burnout?
No, but look. Even power traction, dude. Like, dude. Okay, even fucking.
Even traction, dude. It was concrete. Well, I don't think I need a line lock anymore. You can still see the puff of smoke. How'd it sound? Sound good? With the exhaust closed too? Well, the front brakes are a lot better than the other 2-piston, let me tell you. Did you hear it?
Yeah, of course I did.
Did you see it?
Saw the white smoke.
What did it sound like?
Sounded like a turbo, and then
I got ch-ch-ch-ch.
yeah, but I can't hear much of the screeching itself.
Well, the balls work. The 6-piston, the 6-piston brakes are a lot better than the 2-piston that are over there.
That's good.
I thought I had to put a line lock on it because the backs were not
So
holding.
it did like super easy, didn't it?
It's like effortlessly.
Oh, I didn't hear much RPM, so I was hoping.
What do you? I don't think I did very much RPM at all.
No.
Did it sound like I was revving it? I didn't even put it in first or second. I just left it in drive. Good news is these tires are pretty cheap, so. And we put new fans in it, you guys. 165 degrees. Tits. Now when Connor tells me to do the burnout, I can't. Dude, I felt so gay the other day. He's like, yeah, do a burnout. And I went to go step on the brakes and put it in drive. and then just push through the brakes. I'm like, oh, buddy, sorry, I can't. But look, now we can.
Look, Arn, I did it without you.
Nah, he's on his tablet all the time. But you can watch his YouTube video. Pretty sick. She's back, boys. You wanted to put the shims on or no? What are you gonna do?
Hmm?
What are you gonna do?
Try not to burn myself.
Okay. Sorry.
Eating on the job, wow.
Yeah. Eating on the job.
Guys,
Must be
eating
nice,
in front
dude.
of us?
Must be nice.
Corn. Yellow corn.
Yeah. There you guys go. First Grand National Burnout. Look what happened to the concrete. What do you think happened? What did it do? It did a burnout.
Why did it burn out?
Because I want to be cool like you, dude.
Why does it burn out still? My bike.
Oh, your bike doesn't burn out? Yeah.
My blue one because close and that's close.
On the old setup right here, it actually had a little spacer that went basically behind. You show them where it goes.
Here, between the upper arm and the back of it.
So.
And one here. It's like 3/4 and ½ inch on this one.
Which you're basically doesn't copy what was on the old one, right?
Yeah, I'm copying the same thing.
So before the car drove straight and didn't pull at all. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna copycat what the old one had, and because right now we're a ½ inch towed out on the right side. So that fixes that, but then we're fixing the camber in and out. So we're trying to push it out, right? What's it?
I'm in.
So it's gonna make the tire do this?
In, yeah.
Okay. No.
I have positive out. This is negative. Like, low right is negative.
But when you put a spacer in the back, right?
Yes. So the orange, you push it in, so the wheel goes in.
Ah, okay.
Like these.
So then if you wanted to do it the other way, you would just put it on this side.
You take those off,
See, I'm learning. And then you got these two munchkins running around. Wasting my painter's tape. What are you doing with the tape? You don't know? That you gonna pay for that tape? He said no. Oh, I love it. Kids. Hey Hugo, can you hurry up? Hey, comment below. Shout out Hugo. Hugo did all this work just for an iPhone.
Oh yeah, sure.
All this work. Probably what, 4 or 5 days of actual labor, where a shop probably would have charged me 10 grand. Hugo did it for an iPhone. Which ends up helping me because he never used to answer his old phone because it was always dead. And he would show up like, oh dude, my alarm didn't go off because his phone was dead. So now a new phone?
It only lasts like 2 hours of life.
Now it lasts 20 days and you still don't answer the phone. But if you guys were wondering, these 6-piston brakes are perfect. We were testing them out outside on the road, and without even me like standing on them, the car just stops. So I'm a lot more confident now with the car stopping. Ooh, still sticky, dude. Oh no. All right, while he's doing that, I'm gonna clean the back of this thing off. But dude, these are sticky now. Wow. Those are no joke, dude. Wow, look at that, guys. Literally go inside to rub one out, and this guy's already got it down. Boys, what are you guys doing?
Oh yeah! I'm gonna blow it.
Whoa, let's see it. Oh, boys. Playing with scissors. You softening it up or hardening?
Put it in the middle.
Yeah, you know when it's hard. on another note, we installed Spall fans, and it got up to 170 degrees right there, and now it's sitting at 161. In the matter of literally probably 10 seconds of the fans kicking on, it dropped 10 degrees. So big upgrade right there, bud. Big upgrade. All right, as you can see here, now we're 5'8.5", and over here we're 5'8.5". You know, give or take a cunt hair here. But guess what? I think we were what, like 1.5 inches off before. So that, my friends, should be how to Hugo's ghetto alignment. That's what we're calling this.
We use T3 type of.
Yeah, we use a bunch of tape measures because this China shit here. What is this? Lurfkin? How do you look at this? How are you supposed to read this? What is this crap? Measured in meters here. What's going on? You tightening it all up? Right, Hoko?
Yep.
Okay. Alright, well that's pretty much it for today's video. We got a lot done. And Hugo is still making little minor adjustments. Towing it out a little bit.
In the front.
In the front. It still tends to pull, or not pull, but like track to the right a little bit. So just give it a little cunt hair of adjustment on the right side. Maybe she'll pull this way, or straight.